Rumor has it also, as of recently, there is a bid on a sex tape of Diddy with another famous male celeb that is that has two networks fighting over the bid if
Mm.
the male celeb who is in the video doesn't want to buy the video. When I read this, I'm not gonna lie, I said, "Oh no, like this is getting realer than real." Um, I their rumor has it, they do have in mind who they think it is, and I'm not gonna lie, it makes a lot of sense in my opinion. I don't want to disclose the name currently yet because I'm just like I don't want to put I just feel like it's still gossip. I think it's still bizarre that this is even a thing. In regards to like big celebs, whether you small scale on the come up, larger than life celeb, how do you think things like this should be handled when you are a celebrity, when your back is against the wall and someone's basically threatening you with something as personal as that and they want large amounts of money? Either one. I don't.
You don't be in those predicaments.
Mm.
I remember
Easier
having a
said than done.
conversation. I remember I had a conversation with a friend of ours years ago. Like we were still in high school. Um, and he was like, I guess if I don't, he said, I'm trying. He was like, I'm not lying no more. I said, okay. I said, that's probably a lie. But I'm like, but I was like, if you not, he was like, yeah, I'm not lying no more. I said, well, how you gonna stop doing that? How you gonna keep from lying? And he was like, he thought about it, and he was like, I guess I gotta stop doing stuff that I would have to lie about.
Mm. That's simple. Yeah, this is very true.
Same is true in this situation. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have myself in those precarious situations. Um, yeah. In order to have to deal with something like that. You know what I mean? And if I were in a predicament such as this is how I would deal with it quietly. What do you want?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm going to leave the party. Like everything is preemptive. Everything is pre because after it's happened, then now you're just playing damage control. You're just doing damage control after that. You paying people off. You doing this and
Mm-hmm.
that. You making sure that you don't say this. You making sure you're not in a room with X, Y, and Z. You making sure somebody's is hush. You making sure you being private eye. You checking on this person, making sure that they don't tell this and that person. With your you living with your head on a swivel. You know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
sleeping with one eye open every night. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not how I want to live. That's not how I live. Um, Honesty is the best policy. Um, People don't want to go to jail. Nobody wants to go to jail. Nobody wants to go to prison. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta stop and not do the things that get you in those predicaments where you can help it. Now, if I'm
Yeah.
not, now if I wasn't, Now, if I wasn't in those predicaments and somebody is saying, yeah, you did this, no, I'm fighting it to the death. And I'm going public with it. I'll go public with it first. That's the type of person that I am. You're not going
Mm-hmm.
to accuse me of something and then run around saying that I did X, Y, and Z. I'm going to out the situation and out you in the process. Hey, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get to the situation first, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna say, hey, they're saying that I did this. I did it. I absolutely did not do this. Now I ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna be jumping all around, going all over the place on every. I'm not going on ABC.
Yeah.
I'm about to say the WB and UPN. You know what I mean?
Show
I
your
ain't about to
age.
go. I'm not about to go over all of these places and like try to defend my name, but I will be the first out there. Just from the standpoint of I know that a lie spreads faster than the truth. Just from that
Absolutely.
standpoint. But
Mm-hmm.
because I know that I'm telling the truth, I know I'm not about to just jump around I'm like, yo, the truth is out there. I already said it. You know what I mean? I said it
Mm-hmm.
one time. Somebody say something crazy to me. I'm like, oh, I'm going to the authorities because you slandering my name.
Mm.
I did not do this. and you're
Mhm.
saying that I did this. I've only seen maybe one celebrity do that, and that was Kevin Hart.
Mm.
Hey, I'm gonna just get
Oh
this out here
yeah,
first.
I know.
This
Yeah.
person trying to extort me for money. Bop, bop,
Mhm.
bop, 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 bop.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
remember that.
address this once. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And that's gonna be that. I
Absolutely.
don't play
Anything you
those
wanted to
games.
add on? No.
No, man,
Yeah.
I'm
I hear
I'm
you,
in the
Keith.
boat.
Yeah, I hear you, Keith. Just don't lead with the truth. Lead with the truth. But
Hmm.
I think because these celebs live such a crazy life and it's just like the sky's the limit, they lose control of reality and they think they're above the
Hmm.
law in so many ways
And we
that
living in a different era now with
mhm,
the whole
mhm,
Me Too movement and all of that type of
mhm,
stuff. What was acceptable in the late 90s and the early 2000s is no longer acceptable now. You
absolutely.
see the same thing, the stuff that I love watching, like stuff that we grew up on. I'm like, dang, you can't even say that today. You
Yes.
wouldn't be able to say that.
Hmm.
Something that was seemingly innocent to say, or like just cutting edge to say, but wasn't anything for anybody to go down over or spend life in prison over, is
Mhm,
now like everything is very hush hush. You can't say this, you can't do that. Da 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 da. Da. This person is going to feel some type of way, and that's good enough for a person to be locked up forever. You know what I mean?
mm,
That's it. And so I'm sure there's some do well people out there that was like, yo, this is just what we were doing back in that time. And if you were there, that meant that you were down with it. Now we
mhm,
got all of this new language and new stuff where it's like, just because this happened, that doesn't mean that I was okay with it and all of that type of stuff. And it's
yeah,
very murky and
yeah,
it's
Hmm.
very dangerous. And
mhm,
then people wonder why we everybody keeps everybody at arm's length now.
yes,
Because I
yes,
don't know your mental. I don't know
mhm,
what you're thinking. I don't know. They got mad at Joe Biden for hugging people.
yeah, yes, yeah,
He hugs people strangely. So he shouldn't be president. I'm like, this is freaking crazy.
yes,
The world that we live in. Now I know a
mhm,
hug is completely different from actual sexual events that you did not want to take place. So I don't want that to be lost. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that at all. Rape is rape. Sexual
yes,
assault is sexual assault. But
mhm,
but we live in a world where people just, hey man, I felt he looked at me inappropriately. And so I feel like that was sexual assault. I feel like he assaulted me with his
mm,
eyes and
yeah,
da 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 da. He's a creep and he should go down for the. That's like we live in a completely different society from the 90s and like you can hit on women all day and you know what I
all
mean
day.
and they be and women would be flattered by it. Today you got women saying bring back catcalling. I miss being catcalled. Like, no, nobody's catcalling you. You know what I mean? I'll be a construction worker, and catcalling you, and 10 minutes later, I'm being arrested for harassment.
Right, right,
Like,
yeah,
because like, some women they'll just walk down the street because they want to feel better about themselves in that moment. Like, I'm gonna just walk by these construction workers because I know they're gonna whistle, they're gonna do this, they're gonna be like red pants. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna do all of that type of stuff. And it's just a crazy world that we live in. And I'm not saying either is right or wrong. I'm just
mhm,
saying everybody is walking on pins and needles and so I'm not mad at any celebrity that didn't necessarily do anything, just
mhm,
wanting to settle because they don't even want their names involved in this
involved,
foolishness.
yes, mhm,
Hmm.